I'm Kevin Phillips with CampusReform. Today we're at Florida International University talking to students about their opinions of socialism and if they'd support a socialist GPA policy. Would they be willing to share their high GPA with people that have a low GPA? Because after all, it's all about equality. Which would you rather have in America, socialism or capitalism?
I would say socialism.
How do you view the word socialism, favorably or unfavorably?
I guess I would go with favorably.
No. Okay. I hate to point out that these are all minorities and a lot of mixed breeds here saying socialism, socialism, socialism. The majority of these people being interviewed got government grants to go to college, so that's why they're like, yeah, I like socialism. I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
They go to college for free. Their healthcare is paid for. They don't have to worry about it at all.
I favor that over capitalism.
Okay, got it.
I also think I favor that, like, socialism over capitalism.
Stupid.
Socialism is more
fucking stupid.
Geared toward like helping the people in your,
No, it's not. You see, this absent-minded idiot. Yeah, socialism goes to more towards helping, the people, and that's not what it is, you dumb shits. I mean, socialism and communism is the allocation of resources by a central government, and having that central government dish out or distribute the natural resources to who they see fit. If you want socialism or communism to have a more rapid facilitation of growth than capitalism, then the central government has to allocate the resources towards the individuals and the people that are going to take part in that rapid facilitation, that rapid progress, etc. All right? And that means a lot of these absent-minded people that don't know shit from Shinola are either going to starve to death, or they're either going to be put in re-education camps, or they're going to be executed. All right?
the governed.
I'd rather people have that same opportunity. There's a lot of excess in America.
The main idea of socialism being that people at the top are doing their fair share to help people at the bottom, trying to prevent...
Dude, listen to me. I just paid my tax. I'm going to pay my taxes here, okay? I'm going to have to pay a like an upper high class married couple's income for taxes. And to think that my taxes are going to go to these fucking losers. All right? I mean, that my taxes are going to go to these fucking... Fuck you.
Disparity of income and trying to prevent excess, as you called it. So on campus, if there's a GPA disparity where there's people at the bottom with a poor GPA, would you support a policy where people at the top spread the wealth and give that GPA to people at the bottom?
Give, like help them get a better GPA?
Give?
I'm all for helping. I wouldn't give like, let me just give you something.
But it's about being fair, right? We got to help people at the bottom.
It's hard. I guess it would be kind of like hypocritical for me to say no.
Of course.
That's completely different.
You see, I was awake all those hours studying, baby. I was awake all those hours studying for that test. I don't want to give my grades to motherfuckers that didn't study as hard as I do, baby.
How is it different?
Because I'm like studying all day for my grade.
I'm studying all day for my grade. Because that stupid black bitch doesn't understand that people who create businesses, it takes fucking years. Okay? It takes years to establish businesses. It takes years to establish net wealth. All right?
You mean by sharing it? Like literally like giving them a chunk of my GPA?
Yep.
Dang.
I would want to say no straight up.
But what's the difference between earning a high GPA and not wanting to give it away, but then earning a lot of money and also not wanting to give that away?
Fucking stupid
I feel like
idiots.
The difference is that you study for your grades, right? And grades often reflect how much time you spend studying. But
You gotta work pretty hard to become a millionaire.
I mean, I'm not denying that fact either, but for the regular working person,
Oh my
Do you think there's
God. Do you understand why there's so many people rioting for fucking Black Lives Matter right now? Do you get why we had the George Floyd's riots? Do you get this? This is supposed to be college-educated people. And this is how they're answering. Once they're put in a corner, in a contradictory corner, all they do is, well, I don't know, it's not good still, it's very bad,
Similarity between earning your salary and maybe not wanting to give it away to people that aren't working to earn it. And same thing with the GPA where you earn it and you say, well, I don't necessarily want to give it to anyone who might not be working for it.
Right. I think it's just that whole sense of thinking that no one's going to work for it.
I mean, I sacrifice a lot to get my GPA. You know, I don't go out as much as I'd like to, but that's for something like a greater goal in the future, the way I see it. So no, I wouldn't.
Listen to how these people are talking.
Things.
Listen to how they're talking. Yeah, I don't think that's a very good idea, but I completely understand, you know, how you're trying to, you know, figure that out for the future. And,
Plus my own time to help somebody else who'd,
you know,
bottom, but they really are working, and there's some people who are in the bottom and they deserve that poor GPA.
Kind of like people making money with their income?
Exactly, you know what I'm saying?
Stupid
like
idiots.
Some people.
Stupid idiots.
Let's not throw shade.
I mean, this guy is talking to college-educated people. It sounds like he's talking to high school kids.
But isn't it about helping the less fortunate?
Basically profiting off of my work for you. So who's really the...
That's socialism, you dumb cunt!
Because then you're taking away from people
That's socialism, you dumb shithead!
Working hard for their grades, so
these are supposed to be college-educated people, for
Do you think it's
Christ's
similar
sake!
with your salary?
Yeah, I definitely do.
No, that's the complete opposite of meritocracy.
Okay.
The complete opposite. That's like awful.
I don't think they're comparable because your GPA is not directly linked to like your quality of life necessarily.
What?
But you still have to earn it the same way you have to earn a salary, right?
Well, I don't think most rich people in this country necessarily earn it. Much of that money is inherited. Much of that money,
God.
you know, is made from the stock market, which isn't. They're not actually working for that. They're pressing a button behind a computer for that. I mean,
dude, we're in some big trouble.
Well, I mean,
you know what? We're in some big trouble in this country. I mean, folks, like I said, I mean, we have to come to an agreement. Whether you're a fucking leftist or a fucking right-winger, okay? We need to agree that giving people shit doesn't do anything. This is our population, dude. I mean, do you understand? I mean, everyone that was rioting during the George Floyd riots were publicly educated with our tax dollars. Many of them were probably given entitlements, EBT, welfare, etc. All right? I mean, this is all a consequence of American taxpayers giving people shit. And look, my grandma always said, son, do not feed the stray animals because they breed. And as a result, we are witnessing this, a complete, massive amount of ignorance that is now being justified as legitimate debate. All right? We've got the mainstream media calling the George Floyd riots and violence so-called protests. We've got the protesters out there calling for Black Lives Matter when, in my opinion, black people are probably the best they could ever be if they're in this country as opposed to any other country.
No point to having a GPA because then if everyone has the same, then there's no metric, right?
But it's all about fairness, right?
Well, like, is it fair for everyone to have the same outcome or to have the same opportunity, right? For me, having the same opportunity is what is fair, right? Not the same outcome, right? Because if I work harder than you and I get a better result, then it is only fair that I get a better grade or I get a better opportunity than you, right?
I'm Kevin Phillips with Campus Reform. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to donate to help us make more videos just like that, you can click right here. And if you want to be the first person to see all of our new content...
It is sad that those were college-educated students that are supposed to be the future of America talking in this capacity. Education needs to be fully privatized, if you want my opinion. It needs to be fully privatized because since we have given a general education for free to the American public, the consequence has been pure ignorance. And all you've got to look to is the George Floyd riots to understand where I'm coming from. Each and every one of those pieces of trash that were out there rioting were publicly educated.